And, like we said, we do current reviews every Tuesday. And I'm with my colleague, Thamsanqa, otherwise known as Mr. TT. And, we always bring you interesting stories at this go. And on this last hour, we'll be talking to a very interesting man, very young, energetic man by the name of Mr. Lesego Makhubela from Gauteng. He will be telling us about what we've been seeing on the news, because we've been seeing the Premier of Gauteng has been introducing job opportunities and all those things. And we can see that Gauteng is on the move, and that's what we'll be touching all about. Mr. Makhubela, how are you, sir?
Thank you very much, Ndate Kotsi, Ndate Thamsanqa, and good afternoon to your listeners of Central News.
Yes, my brother. Tell me, you know what? I'm gonna shoot straight to the point, because they say Gauteng is the land for gold, it's the land for growth, and it's the land for development. And we've been seeing your premier has been, he's been trending on social media, on the news, with regards to the job opportunities that he's actually creating for young people and other people. And yesterday, I heard that he spoke about opportunities for MK veterans. What's been happening in your province, sir?
Yeah, well, we have the most vibrant, energetic premier who loves this province, but also who loves the people of this province, and has told all of us that we must wage a relentless battle against unemployment, but equally a relentless battle against all challenges that bedevil the people of Gauteng. And that's why those who know him in Gauteng, they call him Mr. 1000, because of the number of jobs that he has created ever since he came in. These are not just jobs, but these are sustainable jobs. The provincial government fiscals alone will not be able to successfully mount this battle. We want the private sector to come into play. We want the private sector to leave the investment strike and to also contribute in ensuring that we end unemployment, we end joblessness, but also are able to fight the crime through creating sustainable jobs.
Tell me something. These jobs, are they permanent jobs? Are they part-time jobs? Because people we get excited PW where people are recruited, but you only find out, these are not permanent jobs. After a year, the contract is lapsed, then a person goes back home, and frustration kicks back in. So, what's your plans for these ones?
So these are not temporary jobs. These are professional jobs. These are hence I keep on referring to them as sustainable jobs. These are jobs which have been budgeted by departments, professional and semi-professional job opportunities. For instance, for people who are in engineering, for people who are in finance, people who are in ICT, human resource engineers, and all sorts of type of jobs that have been advertised. Issues that affect the people of Gauteng. For instance, if you look at the crime wardens that we have, we had the situation where people could not go to soccer games, either rugby or entertainment and all sorts of things. You arrive at FNB, when you leave, your car is not there. A person goes and watches the rugby match. When they leave, their car is not there. And also petty crimes, and all sorts of things. We created 6,000 jobs for crime wardens who continuously receive training. We now have had a concurrence from national government after a sustained battle to have these crime wardens being issued with guns and being trained to be able to operate firearms. So there's a lot of work. There's another job opportunity which we feel, because of the climate change, but also because of the addition of renewables into the energy grid and the demands that the industry as well as home want. We decided to train 6,000 young people as solar technicians. It's a rare skill. It's expensive for a young person to go and look out and train themselves to actually become a solar technician. We are training them here in Gauteng, and not just only to work for the Department of Infrastructural Development, but also to go out and open their businesses, because at that point, at the point of completion of their training, they would be fully qualified to. These are sustainable jobs that will give young people skills, or people of all ages skills, so that they can be able to sustain themselves long term. Yeah.
Well,
I want to check with Lesego, if the program is spanning, is it meant to benefit only the people of Gauteng, or can somebody from, say, the Free State, the Eastern Cape, apply for for work, or is it a thing of job reservations for Gauteng?
Yeah, the biggest problem we have in Gauteng is that, residents of Gauteng contribute so much to the fiscus of Gauteng. And then many of these opportunities that are created then are taken advantage of by people who come from other provinces. You will know that because of the way we've run properly the provincial government, a lot of people are flowing into Gauteng. Therefore, we've made it clear that these jobs are reserved for residents of Gauteng and Gauteng alone. And it's easy to verify that because we're able to catch you on the IEC registration, we're able to catch you on other things. There's been mechanisms that have been introduced so that we're able to know that these jobs which have been created benefit only the residents of Gauteng.
So now, how does one get to apply if you stay in Gauteng and you see these opportunities? Because we only see events popping up, but we don't know how to apply for them.
Well, you can apply online. Just go to Google and say Nasispan. It will take you to the Nasispan portal where you are able to apply for these jobs and upload all the necessary documentation that the site might be asking you to provide.
Okay. And then in terms of the upcoming SONA event where the State of the Nation's address, what do you anticipate the president will be highlighting on, especially the fact that we saw this past weekend when there was voter registration going on, the president was quite hands-on in the Gauteng region. So, and promises were made to people of Gauteng, and there are so many people that are not happy. So what do you think the president is going to be highlighting on?
Well, we're quite excited about the State of the Nation address. The president was elected in very difficult times. It was a year later after his inauguration. You know that a devastating pandemic visited us, but not just us, but also visited the world and brought economies on its knees, disrupted supply chains, and put us on a lockdown. A lot of people lost their lives during that time. A lot of people not only lost their lives, but a lot of people lost their livelihoods, and it really shattered and disrupted his plans for the country, as well as the implementation of the manifesto of the African National Congress. So for 2 years, he had to defocus and move from what he had promised the people of Gauteng to actually get up to saving thousands of lives of our people. And therefore, I think a lot of South Africans take that for granted. If you look at the number of people who lost their lives in Asia, if you look at the number of people who lost their lives in Europe, and you look at the people who lost their lives in the United States of America, and you juxtapose the number of lives we lost in South Africa, you will realize that he did a miraculous job in saving thousands of lives. By the time we had to go back and start implementing what we promised the people in Israel, this has caused a lot of problems. So the president now has to focus in the State of the Nation address economic crisis, which, because we're part of the global economy, has affected us, but also give us plans on how we can revitalize our economy, bring back companies that had closed down, factories that had closed down as a result of COVID, but also announce concrete plans. You can see that the Minister of Electricity is hands-on, is hard at work, is visiting power stations. The power stations that were decommissioned by Andre de Riste an agent of certain people who have sent him to come and decapitate the ESCOM. They are being recommissioned and brought back to service. The stages of load shedding are improving, and we are getting there. I think the president will have to focus on that. He will have to speak about how to the efforts of government to combat crime, but also the border management agency, which has made it difficult for people to just cross into our country, and other related issues. So we look forward to the State of the Nation address and the president taking us through of all the mammoth challenges that he would have faced while he was in office.
Well, Mr. Lesego, I'd like to thank you for that opportunity, because I can see you're heading to another engagement and I don't want to keep you long. But hey, we need to applaud what good work is being done, and well done for all the opportunities that you are creating for the young people and other people in Gauteng, and all the best with those opportunities. And hopefully we'll have you back soon to tell us more what to expect from the Gauteng, the city of gold, or the province of gold, if you may put it that way. And we'll hear from you. Thank you very much, my brother.
No, thank you very much, and thanks to your listeners. Mr. Thamsanqa, I hope you are not choked by load shedding. Thank you very much.
No, I'm still here.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, that was Mr. Lesego Makhubela, the spokesperson for the Gauteng Provincial Government. And he was telling us about Ispani. You've all heard it. If you want to apply for a job and you're looking for that opportunity and you feel, and it's not working out for me, head over to instead of wasting time on other things on social media, rather look for opportunity. And Mr. T, since Luena, you got affected by load shedding, I don't know if the president, when he starts speaking, are you going to be in the dark or are you going to be in the... It makes you to start by the means of the network.
Yeah.
But anyway, great interviews we had today. Yeah. I still see some ANC and MK, in my opinion. And yeah, the Gauteng opportunities.
I see a lot of ANC.
Still see a lot of ANC, and you know, I think some people, it's not easy to accept certain things in life. I know and I understand, but we need to start. So I believe that the ANC and all these other breakaway parties, they need to get into one room and actually have that uncomfortable conversations about themselves.